This segment brought to you by Alfei International, the next wave in health and wellness. A traditional Chinese organic medicinal mushroom superfood is now in the U.S. Go to joinalfei.com/Brett for details on becoming a distributor. For Italian cuisine, you've grown up knowing that DiCicco's in Clovis has the best. Now, for grown-ups, DiCicco's Lounge at Clovis and 4th in downtown Clovis for your after-work relaxation and all of your special events needs. DiCicco's Clovis Lounge.
Are you currently shopping for solar? Give Solar Negotiators a call. You see, what they do is they fill downtime at a reduced rate to make sure that you always get the best deal. Don't find out later that you could have bought your solar for thousands of dollars less. Call Solar Negotiators.
If you're looking to go solar with confidence and have someone represent you in this transaction, give Solar Negotiators a call at 844-OWN-SOLAR or visit solarnegotiators.com.
Black MP makes up for nutrients lost to filtering, pasteurization, and processing, and it provides the probiotics and humic and fulvic minerals that can lead to optimized functioning of all the body's cells and systems, increased energy levels, and overall enhanced health and well-being. A scoop of Black MP in 16 ounces of water once or twice a day can help you achieve your health and performance goals. For more information, go to our website, blackmp.net, or call us at 559-799-9879.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell's Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell's Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell's Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
This segment brought to you by Clovis Botanical Garden. Visit the garden Wednesday through Saturday from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Find them online at clovisbotanicalgarden.org.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hey, pretty mama with the red dress on, stiletto heels and a pink cell phone. Hey, pretty mama, if your time is free, have a half a cappuccino with me. Hey, pretty mama with the big blue eyes, you stare too long, you get hypnotized. Hey, pretty mama, if you can see, have a half a cappuccino with me. Walking on the boardwalk, hands with you, or lying on the beach on the cell tree.
Yay! Hi, welcome! Yay! Thank you, Oakland, for that rousing music. We love it.
Oh, that's Oakland's.
That's Oakland Bloodworth's original song. Yeah, it's awesome. Huh?
Artist.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, today we have an amazing show for you, and later on I'm going to announce a Google Hangout. There's a prize worth $99 that you can be eligible for if you go. But in the meantime, our first guest today is Valerie Greene. Ta-da! Valerie does some amazing work with wax. I've never seen this, but Valerie does incredible paintings, but she does them all with hot wax. So I don't know how this works. So we kind of
batik.
And it's not batik, right? No, it's not from the 60s, people.
Yeah, the right terminology is encaustic, and that is
Greek for to heat or burn, but we don't want to actually burn it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
okay.
do torch. I use a blowtorch to, a little
Oh.
propane.
Well, you're
butane
kind of
torch.
a
Oh, it's fun.
hard hat person,
It's
too.
fun. Oh yeah. I brought a sample. This is
Okay.
resin,
Okay.
and it is mixed with beeswax, and there's certain ratios to use, but the
Okay.
resin helps stabilize this. Because the wax, just wax in a beehive, when it gets to like 90 degrees, it'll get like putty.
Oh, okay.
So the resin helps stabilize it, and it starts melting at like, 150 regular beeswax by itself.
Oh, okay.
And so with the resin, it helps stabilize it. But I cook these down and make a batch, and I make little smaller batches, and I mix it up in my palette.
Cool.
And
Your tuna fish cans.
cat food cans.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, so let's tilt it up
And this is
let
what-
Michael get a shot of this so
And this
he can
is
zoom
what
in
the
on it.
palette looks like.
It has a plug that goes in there.
Oh yeah, I didn't bring the plug because we aren't going to heat it up.
Okay, so I want to point out that these brushes, like, you can't take them out. They're,
yeah, you have to heat it up first.
and this, what is this, a clothespin?
It's a clothespin to help me move the cans when they're hot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you don't want to pick them up, huh?
Well, you can, but then they could slide and spill and mix colors.
So look,
but
I can pretend like they're liquid and I'm going to pour it on the table.
watch the brushes.
This is
fall
not
out.
something you do with children.
Yeah, no,
Oh, no.
no.
It's like hot glue.
It's like
They would
hot
probably want to
glue.
try to eat it anyway.
No,
So
it'll burn you.
anyway,
I know, but it wouldn't be
yeah.
good.
So anyway, then I paint with it, and I can do different things like collages.
Oh, okay, let's move this
this
out
is-
and hold that up.
And this
Look
is,
at the texture on that. You won't be able to see this on camera, but the weird thing, like all these flowers kind of stick out,
yeah, because it's
stems.
painted
and you
on.
can feel it. I mean, it does not feel like paint. It does feel like candle wax, actually.
It
Well,
does.
it does.
Yeah.
It does, and it's very soft. And when you're
It looks like
painting
a
with it-
watercolor.
when you're painting
Yeah.
with it, it smells like honey, and it's just nice and warm. And
Cool.
it's
And
just-
I'm sorry. This one has writing behind the flowers.
yeah.
That's very artistic. Of course, that's why they call them artists,
So then this one, this is a larger one, and I did this, and this is all wax.
Okay, let me move this out of the way so Michael can get a good picture of it. And this is, everything in here is wax?
Yeah, it's all wax.
And that's a wood palette.
It's on a cradled
Yeah.
board. You have to put it on a rigid board, or you paint it
Okay.
on canvas and it can pop off. But
The
this-
canvas can pop off?
no, the wax will pop off the canvas.
It has
So
to.
what
it's
do you
flexible.
paint it on?
It's
The
on a
actual
piece of
wood?
wood.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's-
cradled board.
Oh, okay.
Cradled wood
See?
board.
Oh, see, she has her name on the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Don't steal
Yeah.
this, is mine.
So this
Yeah.
This is
So-
beautiful. And all these little pieces of leaves or whatever, they're sticking out.
Yeah, it's all textured. It's very cool. So, sometimes I think people are afraid of, can I take this home and hang it? It's wax. Is it going to go
Yeah.
anywhere? Well,
Yeah.
it's not really going to go
And the back is
anywhere.
wood.
That's
So,
beautiful.
and
If this is wood because it needs to be stiff, otherwise if it's canvas, it would give and this would pop off.
right.
I
And
see.
here's a
Would
nice
peel.
little piece with a lot of color in it.
Beautiful.
And this is also a collage in wax.
Let me hold this forward a little bit so we can get an easier shot. And then I think you brought some pictures also.
Yes, I brought some.
Okay, cool.
Some photos. I have a show at M Street Art Complex, and this second Saturday is their art hop downtown.
Cool.
And you can see some larger pieces that I did, and he should be able to pop up some photos
Okay.
of the. This is the gallery. I have the Brush and Easel Gallery coming up here, and it's
Oh,
at
wow.
1476 West Shaw, and I have 3 spaces in there.
Between Fruit and West.
And 3 spaces. In the front one I have, and the hallway in the bathroom I have art, and it has 20 artists, 20 plus artists with ceramics, wire wrapping, metal work, glass work, fine art paintings, just all kinds of work, plus my own. And I love that little place. And then in the middle, I have a space where I have featured artists every month for our third Thursday art hop. We do art hop
Oh,
on
wow.
the third Thursday. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay. Now,
yeah.
you have there's the M Street Studio, and that's where your show is right now,
yeah. I have a
correct?
small show with several other artists.
But you have
down
your
there.
own studio too, is that right?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
On Shaw.
And
between
that's the
Shaw
one on
and
Shaw,
West.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your studio again?
The Brush and Easel Gallery.
That's the one,
The
okay.
brush
Yeah.
and
All right.
easel. There we go.
There we go,
Yeah.
okay. Just to make sure, because not everybody's really familiar with the art scene.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes when the artists are talking, I have no idea what they're saying, you know?
And as Valerie Greene just said, the
Yeah.
third Thursday of every month,
Uh-huh,
Right.
the third Thursday, there's a art hop, which
right, means
which
you hop from
these
gallery.
galleries open up, and you can go into the gallery and have
And the studios
and see the artist and
Right.
see their paintings and have a little
Cool.
wine or cheese.
Oh, the
or-
artists are there? Is that
Yeah.
right? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you can talk to
Yeah.
them. That's how I bought all the art in my
Wow,
house.
so accessible.
You get so inspired by
That is
meeting
great,
the person, the story
yeah.
behind the painting, and
Exactly.
then you feel it. And
Right,
Yeah,
exactly,
that's
exactly.
awesome.
And there's so many wonderful artists here in town. So
But you haven't always really come out as an artist. I mean, you've always been creative, but you haven't been doing art on a major scale until like the 2000s.
about 10 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
11 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. I moved my daughter slowly out of her bedroom and into her own apartment, kind of like softly kicking her out of the nest. And I took over her bedroom and had my studio.
Oh,
You
right
go,
on.
girl.
Yeah, and started painting.
Oh, that's
right
great.
on.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
teach classes. I teach
Oh,
how
okay.
to do the encaustic
Okay.
and also acrylic painting. They do
Oh.
acrylic too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
it's so nice to be able to leave your supplies out and
Oh, absolutely.
and work
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not have to put them away.
Right.
Yeah, they just
And
get
just-
hard
Yeah.
and
No, to
stay
just-
there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, and having your own room, that
having
really
a room
helps,
to
right?
do it in.
Right,
Yeah, if
right,
you do it in the
right.
living room and you're sharing the space with other people,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
death.
harder. It's harder. No bigger buzzkill than having to put your art supplies away.
No
so,
kidding.
Yeah.
And plus, it's time consuming.
or
you know?
somebody getting
Oh,
mad
yeah.
at you because
Yeah.
you're interfering
Yeah.
in their area.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So-
think we have a piece coming up.
Oh,
here
okay,
shortly.
let's see.
This is one I did in acrylic, and it's a
Ooh.
larger piece. It's about 30 by 30, and it's abstract.
Oh, I love it. The
And it's
colors are beautiful.
Untitled.
Oh.
It's hard to title
well, tell us
abstract.
what
Yeah.
this one means to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's what it means to you. I just tried to limit
it
my
matters
palette.
to me.
Yeah, well, I tried to limit my color palette
Yeah.
and
What does that mean?
don't use all the colors of the rainbow. Just use a few select colors.
Very nice.
And then this piece coming up is one of the wax pieces that I have at the M Street show. I did this large series, and these are like 24 by
Well, that's the
30
ocean
size.
for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Ocean Commotion.
Okay. And both ones are about the ocean.
Oh yeah, the whole series was,
Wow.
and
Nice.
these are larger pieces. But I was
Oh.
able to get into it. I really love that color for one thing, and then building the texture for the foam and everything was
I
just
bet that's
really
yeah.
I
cool.
bet that's now I'm sure the camera did not pick up the texture that was
Right,
in the
you-
as we just showed, but
Like the foam on this one, there,
Yeah,
that one.
I
Oh,
bet.
it stands out
Oh.
at least a
Wow.
half inch in some areas.
yeah.
And,
So if you know what we're talking about, how raised the surface is on front of this is, she raises it up.
Yeah.
well, it depends on when you paint on it. The wax does have some volume to it, so you get that. But also, I put paper in this, so you feel that also.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
and so it's okay to touch
it's
it.
like dimensional.
Oh, I'll let you tough it because I'll buff it out later.
Yeah. Okay. So, how did you come up with the idea of putting the paper on it?
Why not?
Think out of the box.
Yeah, well, no. I mean,
I love it.
this is a very popular medium now. Internationally, people are painting in encaustic, and
it
there's
is.
so
It's-
much you can do with it, and you can do ginormous hanging installations and things like that. It's
It's gorgeous.
yeah, it's very
Now, how would you compare this to painting with glue?
glue. Who paints with glue?
Peggy.
I just thought of it.
I've never painted with glue.
Okay.
To give it a layered look,
Well,
a thicker look.
She
This-
I'm speechless.
Okay, Mike, how much time do we have here? No, we have no time. All right.
Oh, we have no time.
We have 0 time. So how can people reach you? Do you have her phone number right there? Oh, yeah. I think so. Valerie Greene. Say, here's your phone number. Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah, let me read it real quick for
Okay.
you. It's 559-269-5512, and that's
Okay,
for
cool.
the gallery and the studio and
And
anywhere.
do you have a Facebook page too?
Oh, I'm on Facebook. I've got artist page, the gallery Facebook, and my cat.
And her last
Facebook.
name, Green, has an E on it. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, Valerie Greene. Thank you so much for
All
coming
right,
on
thank
the
you.
show. It was
That
so
was fun.
I hope you come back someday.
All right.
Good luck with everything you're doing.
Thank
It's so
you.
inspiring.
Thank
that
you.
you're
You'll have
leading
to
the
come
way.
by sometime.
I look forward to seeing the featured guest room.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
What, you don't want to see my room too?
Well, yeah. Maybe.
This segment is brought to you by author Ralph Arbitel. See his latest book, Aces, in our bookstore at centralvalleytalk.com.
Hello, I'm Brian.
And I'm Rhonda.
And I am away.
And we
We're
are the Swans.
Swans.
Oh, my husband Brian, he's an awesome guy. We actually met 12 years ago. We were surfing in the water and this guy comes paddling up to me and is kind of giving me the line.
I was attracted to her. Totally attracted.
Yeah, he said, "Are you from around here?" Like, yes, I surf here every single morning. Not necessarily love at first sight.
Yeah, you know what? She was the one that dug me.
Yeah, I learned a lesson very early that if I was going to get what I wanted, I had to work for it. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do anything. I always believed what my mom told me. You can do it. Our life back then, it wasn't so bad. It wasn't that we didn't have good jobs, but we were emotionally detached. Every day, we did the exact same thing. We crossed paths in the hallway, going to breakfast, got in our cars, saw each other at night, had a little dinner, and we both went back into separate offices at home and worked until 9, 10 at night, go to bed, do the exact same thing over again. I didn't have as much freedom. You know, I was listening to a boss who, you know, had meetings every morning at 7:30 in the morning. I was driving to and from traffic every day. I wanted to have my own control.
My passion, my addiction is surfing. It's something that's in your system, it's in your blood that when I wake up, I want to surf. I could not get my head around how am I going to go travel the world and surf the world's best waves.
So every morning I would sit in the car, driving year after year, day after day, looking at everyone traveling down the road, and I'm like, something's got to give. I'm not even living a life anymore. The moment that I knew that I had to make a change was when I was going in traffic an hour to a meeting. 3 women had new babies, 3, 4 months old. They just came out of maternity leave, and our manager said, "You have to be at this meeting every Wednesday at 7 o'clock." And these girls said, I've got my new child, I'm a new baby, I can't be there really till 8. And she said, "No, you're gonna take your child at 7 a.m. to daycare, and you're not gonna pick them up until 6 p.m. I sat there listening to that. And at that moment, I knew that I was not going to do that to a family or to a child. And I knew at that moment, I had to do something different. My mom was there for me for all my life. She was always there for me, every moment of my life. And to not be able to experience or share the first walk, the first word of a child, to me, there's no reason to have a family if you can't be with your children. It was almost like a switch. I drove home, an hour in traffic again. It was a little bit different. I was kind of driving home with like, I'm gonna do something.
And I remember her looking at me saying, "I want to have a family." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why we bought a 5-bedroom house." And here's the kicker. She looked at me and she goes, "I'm not putting my kids through daycare." I'm like, are you joking? I said, I don't I don't care if I'm my boss's boss's boss. I'm not gonna earn enough money to afford the mortgage on our house. And she told me, you better go find another job. I said, you better find something you can do, work from home.
I said, I'll find something. I'm gonna find a way to replace my income, to be home, and to start a family, and to be able to raise my child.
She told me that. I was like, this is so un-American. Our kids are supposed to be in daycare. That's what you do.
I didn't want to open up a store or open my own business because I knew that was gonna be way too more time and way too expensive. So I sat on my computer, went into my office, flicked the computer on, and searched work at home mom. And all of these options popped up. And I don't know what led to me, but one led to me to this one website. And I clicked on it and I opened it.
I asked her about the business and she kept on telling me to go to this call. Go to this call. I want you to hear it just like me. I dialed into this call. I listened to maybe 10 minutes. I hung up and said, what the heck is this crap? Little did I know that a couple years later I was going to be actually hosting that same call. But what I realized that there's other people having results. And I was looking at these people and I'm looking at this person going, this person's making this kind of money. I want to see their bank statements. But these people were having results and I looked at each one of them and going, these are just average Joes. They just want to have a different lifestyle. I'm like, man, I'm doing something I don't even like.
I just went to it because my belief was there. I was excited. I had amazing business that I believed in and that I could back. Well, this is the fun part. The first month that we really made money, because that's what kind of I was there for, right? Because you got to make some money too. First month, I made the first 2 sales, a couple thousand. The next month, 2, 3 more sales, 2, 3 more thousand. At the very end of that month, $37,000 a month. And I walked into Brian's office and they said, you are not going to believe this. We are just closing this month. We just made $37,000. And that moment, it gives me goosebumps because it was I was like, yeah, this thing works. We just started soar. And it really, it was like just month after month, multiple 5-figure months.
Everything we touched was gold. We could not do anything wrong.
Well, in 2007 was when we probably made the most money out of investments, out of our business, everything. And in 2007 was the year that we lost everything that we had.
All the retirement, all her savings, gone. What's the easiest thing to do? Go get a job, do something I hate, then I'm not living anymore.
Well, we were part of one of the biggest frauds of real estate development in 2007. And he took everything. The developer took everything and ran. I remember the moment looking in my new little girl's eyes and going, I told you that I would never put you in daycare. That was my vow, to have this little girl and never put her in daycare. And I remember looking at Brian and looking at my little girl and saying, what are we gonna do? How are we really gonna make this happen? We can't pay for anything anymore. Do we go move back with our families? Do we go get a job? What are we gonna do? It was like you go from being on top of the world to being embarrassed even because everyone knew that we lost everything. So what am I gonna do with this promise that I gave? That was the most unbelievable moment to realize that you can have everything and lose it all so quickly. Brian was amazing but supportive, but he was scared. I saw the fear in his eyes because we gave everything we had invested, all of our IRAs, nest eggs, every single thing we had was gone. Probably a bad decision that we made, but we believed in it. And my husband he's like, we can do this. We can do this. We know how to make money. We've got a great business. Brian came up to me and said, you know what? We've always wanted to travel around the world. We can do it. Let's just leave everything and go travel.
This could be a solution of just, if we really want to leave our dreams, it may not be the way you expect it to, but you can still do it. just in a really different way.
We had a really simple business model that, thank goodness, it didn't require a lot of overhead, because if it did, we couldn't do it. And we just started to do what we knew how to do, and that was just be real people and share our business.
Did I catch you at a good time for these 5
So could we see that we'd be in Fiji right now and traveling for the last year and a half? Probably not. Boy, I think after going through what we did, we knew nothing could stop us at that point. The way it feels for me as a parent to know that every single day I have been with my little girl. I mean, every moment. I haven't missed a crawl. I haven't missed a word. That to me has got to be the biggest blessing of a family or of a mother. And she's experiencing things that most kids can only read about in a textbook. Sure. Our life now, it's a pinch me life. It is a life that I could never imagine having. If someone were told me 5.5 years ago, when I came to you and said, I've got to find a way to work for myself, and they would have told me you were going to be traveling around the world with my little girl, there's no way I would have believed it.
I would say you'd be on drugs. Anytime I want to go out surfing and take a boat ride out, that is my day. It's part of the combined lifestyle.
Because we weave our work, we weave our business, and we have a great life balance.
Everything I need is in a laptop. The Fijians think that we're crazy. We're walking around with our laptops on our head. I don't even have a cell phone anymore. The system is important. It's like a franchise. Franchise has a high rate of success. You do things a certain way and you get the results.
I like to call it Simon Says for grown-ups. Anyone can really come in and be successful if they want to. If I didn't have a system I could immediate plug into, it would have been a lot more difficult. Yeah, we made $19,000 last week, and it was our best week, 42 grand in a week.
42 grand in a week?
Yeah. It's not shabby. I could never, no way I know that my corporate job would have ever paid me that, even in a bonus. We do the happy dance. Like, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome to go in your bank account and not see red and to see 42 grand deposited into your account. That's profit.
And I was surfing for 3 hours.
Yeah, he was surfing that
each day.
And the more you surf, the more money we make.
And the more I feel good, the more that we are connected, and the more that we're connecting with others.
I call it flow. I call it perfect flow. When you're in flow of life, and we're grooving, he's surfing, I'm swimming, playing with my daughter, working my business, it all works.
Hey, hi guys.
Hello.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video from the Unstoppable Family. Peggy and I are both, world travelers. We love to go everywhere. And of course, my co-host Ramona split Hawaii, did not invite either of us to go, which totally sucks. So we thought that we would...
I feel invited.
To Hawaii?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on your mind, I guess.
Yeah.
But we were...
I don't want to go right now.
So hopefully what we're trying to do is establish a connection with the Unstoppable Family right now. But in the meantime, we're going to do their website, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about who they are and what they mean to me, because they were one of the first people to help me start rethinking my whole life.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we should. And you know what? Some people's lives need more thought than others.
So this is a family down in Panama.
Mm-hmm. At the moment.
And they're on a boat, or are they...
Oh, no.
They don't have an address.
That's true. They actually don't have an address. They were both born in the States. Incredibly, they were both born in the Midwest.
Okay.
Oh, that must have been her right there. Okay, never mind. So basically what happened was they were a young married couple. They met in California. They both loved to surf. Rhonda is an Olympic athlete. I believe it was softball, her event, but she she's always been,
went to the Olympics?
Yeah, she was a very strong person from a young age,
Yeah.
And I think her mom really...
That takes determination to pursue a sport and stay with it and become excel at it.
And to go all the way to the Olympics, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Lots of practice.
So she credits her mom with giving her a lot of strength and telling her that she could do anything that she wanted, and I think she felt very supported. And she just wanted to live life to the fullest, and she had her own ideas about what that was happening. Exactly. Her name is Rhonda Swan.
Uh-huh.
And after that whole thing, she went. I think she got a master's in business, and she ended up being an executive for a big corporation.
And when did she get married?
I don't know the exact year, but I think they just. I'm trying to think if anyone knows what
Before the Olympics or after?
No, after. If anyone knows the year, please text it 559-675-8005. That's my text. But basically, they found each other surfing. They fell in love. They wanted to get married. They both had really great jobs. Brian was an engineer.
Okay.
So they got married. I believe they got married in Hawaii at Hanalei Bay. And so their daughter's named Hanalei. Did they call in? Oh, good. Then they can tell you the rest for themselves before I bore you to death. Rhonda, are you there?
I'm here.
Brian, how are you doing? I can't see your face, but I can hear your voice. It's good to see you.
Okay, good. I'm in the hammock right now with my shirt off. Should I put a shirt on? Or?
No, I don't think it's necessary. We're cool with it. It doesn't matter. It looks like he's got a picture of you there. Is that you in the picture? I can't see.
Here you go.
There you go. Okay. There you go. And who's there with you? Is Hanalei there?
She's at art class right now.
Oh, okay.
Rhonda's sick.
Oh.
She's actually sleeping.
Okay. Well, thanks for answering the call. I really appreciate it. And,
No problem.
you know, I was just telling her a little bit about how you guys met. I think you met in San Diego. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yes. And, well, I think we just ran the video, so probably most people followed it. You guys had a pretty good life as far as the money coming in, but unfortunately, when it came time for Hanalei to come along, Rhonda was not going to have any of this daycare business. And I think it was pretty much a shock, but, you know, it was your idea, Brian, to just take off and travel the world. So.
Yeah. It was a combination. And are we live right now?
Yeah.
We are Internet TV live.
Internet TV live. Are you seeing me right now?
Yes, we can see you now.
We can see your chest. I can't see anything below the neck.
Yeah,
though.
and you look so laid back, you know.
Okay, well, I wasn't prepared for this. Otherwise I would put a shirt on. I really wasn't aware right now. We're here, so no problem.
I think we should actually show a bigger picture of your chest. I mean, I think we should make the picture bigger so we can see your, bikini body. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
He flashed the Central Valley. Oh no. So anyway, Brian, what are you guys doing in Panama?
What have we?
Yeah, what are you doing down there? Tell me.
Well, this is actually my office. You can see got a little rush hour traffic with boats going by.
Beautiful.
And we actually came down here about 5 years ago, and it was really, we've been traveling for 6 years now, and about 6.5 years, and we haven't actually been back to one place besides Hawaii more than once, and it's really having Panama. We have a really good school here. It's a small little island, and it was one of those places that's really close to the U.S. So when we have business events, we can get back and forth to the U.S. really easily. So that's we came down here back about 5 years ago. Rhonda and I were deciding where we're going to spend Christmas the following year, and Hanalei actually chose it at like 4 years old. She's like, I want to go see my friends back in Panama. So we came back here a second time, and then was away for a couple of years, and we needed to be close to the U.S. So this is kind of like our little home away from home. So that's how we ended up on a little Caribbean island in Panama. We're going to be here till June, and then heading over to Bali, Indonesia, in June or July.
I might be going there too soon, Bali.
Really?
I like Lombok. I like the Gili Islands in Bali.
Right.
That's where I think I'm going to go first.
So Peggy spent a lot of time in Nepal, and I've been around Europe a couple times, in the Middle East, Turkey, places like that. And, well, we just like the way you live, and I think most people wonder, how do you make a living that way? How do you actually travel Do you want to describe?
Okay.
Oh, look at this. You just had to put on a shirt.
Yeah, I had to put on a shirt. I
Okay,
had to
but-
look respectable. So your question is, how are we able to do this?
Exactly.
Well,
Let me ask you
we've
something. Michael, I think the sound's a little hot and he's cutting out feedback or something. Thanks.
there's a little feedback, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Typically, when I speak on Skype, I don't get the feedback, but I'm
go ahead.
okay. If hopefully it's not for the listeners, but it's essentially how we've actually been traveling around the world for the last 6.5 years. My wife is the one who got started on an online business 10 years ago.
Right.
And so we actually were with a company, learned pretty much how to do online marketing. And what we've done since then, we've been with a few different companies. We have our own products now. Unstoppable Family is our name. And we sell some of our training courses. And our big thing now is we have a mastermind every 3 to 4 months. So we're having our next one in Nashville in April. We usually have between about 50 to 75 people attend from all around the world. And really teach people how to create a brand, how to create a following, how to market, and essentially, make a living doing what you're passionate about. And so we do, and we also have an affiliate offer on how to market, etc. But it's through that we've a lot through YouTube, a lot through Facebook, through our blog, and get a lot of organic leads, and that's essentially how we do it. It's work online.
And you write a travel blog, is that right?
Yeah, you can start the Unstoppable Family blog. We created that right when we started traveling, and a lot of the key points that we hit upon on the Unstoppable Family, we talk a lot about travel. We talk about kids with traveling. We have personal development on our blog, different things that we do, how to travel. And I'm also a surfer, so I have my own Unstoppable Surfer blog, but then also I'll connect on the, with surfing lifestyle. So it's kind of a conglomerate of, it's Unstoppable Family, and Unstoppable Family can be whatever that may be. You don't have to travel in the world, but, traveling is a big portion of it.
Wow, so you've spent a lot of time in the Panama.
We spent a lot of time in Panama and a lot of other places. Yeah, many tropical surf destinations.
Because of the surf, is that why you're in Panama?
Yeah, surf is good right now. It's not as good on the Caribbean side after this month. But I can do a short little jaunt over the Pacific side and get my surf over there as well. Yeah.
But
and that's what we're also heading to Bali. Bali has incredible surf. We were back in California 2 years ago. We started my little girl back in San Diego kindergarten, and that's where Rhonda and I lived for 11 years. And I'm excited to go back and have her start kindergarten and up to Lake Tahoe for the second half of kindergarten. And we lived in South Lake Tahoe and went snowboarding for 2 years ago for season.
That was fun. I thought I was astonished to see you guys in snow. Because through the years, I only see you, at one beach or another, on and on and on throughout the world. And then all of a sudden, they're skiing down mountains and crashing in the snow and videotaping Hanalei skiing around. That was so much fun to watch, I can tell you.
And the fact that they can do this and make money online.
Oh, yeah.
And support, and then to have a convention with, what'd you say, 5 to 7,000 people?
No, usually these are high-end masterminds, and we have them. Most people that attend these, they're paying anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000 to attend these. So it's a private one, usually for about 50 to 75 people. We're actually going to be having one in Bali, because a lot of people travel back from travel from Australia and New Zealand. We have quite a bit of a following of people getting connected with us. So we're on the other side of the world. So we thought, let's go to Bali and not have Australia and New Zealand fly so far.
Now, where will you be in Bali? Will you be in Kuta or Ubud or?
Well, we are thinking about Ubud, and then we're also looking at a couple other spots in Jimbaran and the east side. I forgot what it Noosa Dua, I believe. So we still haven't nailed it down, but one of those spots.
Wow.
I'd actually like to have that for the water.
Was your last mastermind in Florida? Is that right?
We had one in Las Vegas in January, and then we had an Orlando one back in October of last year.
So you have a big email list of people that you send the word out to, huh?
Yeah, I want to consider our list very big. We've recreated a new list a couple of years ago, and so you have to, when you're feeding good stuff, it's not like we recreated it just a couple of years, so it's a relatively small list for if you think of what people's big email lists are. So we're always connecting with people through Facebook marketing, through YouTube and stuff. So I wouldn't say it's a big list, but they work closely with us, and it's a very attraction marketing base.
Yeah, it's attraction marketing. You guys, I first met you like probably around the end of 2012, I think, and did some events with you, like went to your events, and you were like the first people to sit down and help me figure out what I had to offer, because I remember feeling kind of worthless at that time. Like I really wasn't going anywhere, and I sat all the time. Oh, look at me, I'm throwing my stuff around now. But
Thinking about it.
yeah, it was a very sad period of time, and anyway, I just want to say personally, it was very helpful, and it was the first time that anybody ever really was patient enough to sit down, go through exactly what was in my head and what I really wanted to do, and help me, always make me feel okay, like I was all right, and help me put down on paper, what I was thinking and what I had to offer the world. And that was like a big thing for me. A really big thing, and today I got an order for $500 on the internet, and I just want to tell you, I really thank you for that. I'm really inspired by you, and I really want to reach out to people and let them know there are more positive people than you think there are out there in the world. There are some loving people out there that you can meet, even if you've never had contact with a very good situation before. Anything is possible, and you guys prove it to me every day.
And what I hear from this conversation, and whenever you talk, because I'm not very involved in internet business, but I have heard so many times about people that are unable to get out of the house. They're homebound and isolated, and how the internet has opened doors to connecting with people. And when you connect with someone like Unstoppable Family, who says everybody has something to get, and oftentimes when you're connecting through the internet, you don't see the person, you just get to read from them or hear their spirit, and so you can't make any judgment, and you, without seeing the exterior, you see the beauty, and it blossoms, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was very lucky because I happened to be in San Diego when they were there. We could have just passed like that. Like they could have been in Panama when I was in San Diego. But it was just very fortunate. And I was...
you have to be very aware to have that.
I think you have to be ready.
When you can pass and meet somebody and say, oh.
Well, I had... the thing is, I was on Facebook. And I didn't know anything about the internet. Zilch, okay? What happened was, Brian is going to laugh when he hears this, but I saw a Facebook ad, which I thought was just a picture. I didn't know it was an ad. So I clicked on it, and then there was this whole story about this kid that had made all this money online, and he seemed like a pretty nice kid. And I went down to his event, and that's where I met Rhonda and Brian. And I signed up for their, workshop, their branding workshop, and their VIP day. And I was very honored. And I was sitting around at lunch at VIP day, and I just want to share the story. At lunch, we had Adam Stone, the pilot. We had, who's the guy that has the coffee beans in Panama? Remember the guy that was on VIP day? Well, we'll come back to Jabril was there. All these people. They were like, Jabril's from England. He's got a pet tiger. You know, he's an awesome person, a young kid that made it really early in life because he's a brain. I mean, let's face it. And so just sitting around that lunch table, there were people that had run the bulls in Pamplona. There were skydivers. There was a pilot. There was a guy starting his own coffee business out of Panama, and he's from the States. There were both of you guys. There was Hanalei. And I looked around that table and I said, you know, these are the kinds of people I want to be with. You know, I'm a skydiver. I've been doing a lot of crazy things. I hitchhiked through Europe. I hitchhiked through Bulgaria. And before it was Croatia, it was Yugoslavia I went through. I like to have fun. And I've never been able to make any money my whole life. And when I started meeting the kinds of people that I really love, and then they're sharing with me some secrets that I can use to help myself, I'm blown away, you know? And,
so, and,
you know,
and,
yeah.
and to have someone help you develop, like I guess Brian does,
Yeah, oh yeah.
help you develop a mastermind, help you develop your joy, and
Exactly.
share it, and make money through the internet, reaching out to people through the internet.
That's exactly
What
right.
a new frontier we're in.
Oh my gosh,
What a
it's
new
amazing,
frontier.
huh?
Isn't
It's
it?
amazing.
It is.
So the fact that I can tell you right now, and you're in Panama, is incredible, Brian. And I'm
It is.
very grateful, yeah.
It is very crazy. No, and I appreciate the kind words there, Andrea. I really received that. And, you know, that is, you know, there's a reason why we connect, and there's a reason how you're able to actually connect with it.
Yeah. Whoops, you kind of,
And one of the things for brand, because what we teach, we don't teach us just like, here's a business, and, you know, promote this business. Keep 5 people, and you have to create brand and an identity, no matter what that may be, but it's got to be something you're passionate about. And that's when one of the things that we do is we help you create your brand built around your passion. Because if you're not passionate about, you know, what you're doing, you know, you can only do it for so long. And so that is like the foundation of anything that you're doing, and not just the foundation online, but that's, you know, what we market. I mean, we really target on is that we're able to connect with people no matter if I'm sitting here in Panama, you know, overlooking, you know, the Caribbean Ocean while the boats are going by, or if you're in California in the Central Valley, or Bali, or, you know, we have people in Australia, New Zealand, you're able to have that connection. And if you have the right foundation and put those things into play, it doesn't matter what you're really doing online. We can create, you know, your own products, whatever may be, promoting business, but you got to have that core foundation, and then connecting with the right people and follow up. You know, that's one thing that you just never get away from is the whole branding and creating your identity online.
those are such wise words about sustainability. Because, you know, as much as I honestly had never heard of a Facebook ad before, I knew nothing. I mean, I had hardly ever been on the internet. It didn't make any difference to me. It was one of those things that you do once in a while, you know, and I resisted it. And I had a dog training business. I never advertised online because I thought it was a scam. But I think you're right, Brian. The sustainability, the thing that's made me hang in here is exactly what you said. We sat down and we went through and did some deep diving, and they were asking a lot of questions, and finding out who I really am and what my passions are the only thing that could have kept me going. Because I'm telling you, the last couple of years, when you're new and you don't know anything, you just hit one roadblock after another. And having you guys there, and Steve Olsher and some other people that really helped me a lot, just to encourage me, and I can look at you and say, wow, look what they're doing. You know, if I can just do part of that, you know, my life is happy, you know.
Very cool. And now look at you, you're doing that, you're hosting your own Central Valley talk show.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very cool thing, so I commend you. And it's like, you know, here's a little story. So everybody connects with stories, and that's what people buy into, and they buy into people's vision. And for instance, what inspired us to actually go traveling, and I came up late. Did you show that 11-minute video of ours? Which video did you show of ours?
Oh yeah, the one with the red, when Rhonda's wearing that red dress and the flower, the one you showed at the nitrous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one with I had the very bad aloha shirt. Now it's a great story.
Yeah.
And it's timeless. And it was one of those moments in life where we could, we lost everything financially, right? And we could have just stayed in San Diego and rebuilt. But it was from the book The 4-Hour Workweek, if you've by Timothy Ferriss, and it was that idea of like, what if we actually just got rid of everything and decided to travel? We already knew how to make money online, so let's take this idea and run with it. So we ran with it, and it was actually it's funny. It was right over here. It's where we were staying at this place, just about 100 meters from where I'm at right now. And Tim Ferriss came up, and we look at each other, and I'm like, and he goes, "Oh, the Unstoppable Family." And we started talking, and I said, "Hey, I want to really thank you. It was from your book, the idea," and he just stopped me, and he goes, how many people have actually read my book? I'm like, well, yeah, millions upon millions, because it's a New York Times, and everybody's read the 4-Hour Workweek. And he says, well, you know how many people have actually taken action? And it's one of those things that we can implant and give ideas and work with. But it's like you, Andrea, by taking some of the knowledge that we shared and then going out and now you're hosting your own radio show. And, that's the cool thing. It's the really cool thing because many people don't take action. And you can train and give them all the info, but until somebody actually wants something bad enough and goes out and does it, it's really, it comes down to each person. So anyway, with my stories, I wanted to commend you for going out and taking action, Andy.
But as I hear you talk, Brian, I'm about ready to start off on my own adventure and and rent out the house, because every time I leave the house empty, it falls into trouble. So I'm thinking of renting out the house and not having that home to come home to, because keeping that home to come home to is very expensive. And if you want to travel like you are doing, you have to cut all your expenses. For me. Because I've traveled the world many times, but now I'm about ready to cut those ties home so I can use all my money for travel, and it's a little scary. It's a little scary.
But she's gonna do it. Okay.
I'm going to do it, but it's a tiny bit scary, sure.
I always look at that. You do it, it's scary. What's the worst case scenario?
Right on. Right on.
Like,
that I come back to the United States and have to rent a place to stay. Oh my God! And I can pick anywhere I want to rent, on the beach or
you could move to Panama.
At Panama, you flow through my mind. It already went through there. Believe me, I've already been chewing on it.
Look at the beach.
Yeah, I haven't been to Panama yet. I can learn to speak Spanish.
Hey.
Yeah. And once you do it, it's so much fun. And it's so much fun meeting people. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness, you don't have... And I remember I was on the beach just recently in Carpinteria, walking this beautiful beach, and there's another lady, we stopped to have a conversation, and she had just moved from LA up to this area, and I go, but what about your friends? Do you feel like you need to have this long friendship? No! No!
Now that we have Skype, you can stay with your friends and move to Panama.
And yes, and you can make new friends and do stuff at the moment.
So, Brian, we only have a few minutes. So what I would like to know from you is, what could people do? How could they find you, follow you, learn about your lifestyle? What would they do? Go to your website?
Yeah, unstoppablefamily.com is our blog. Okay. We like to call that our home. So you can browse around down there. And Andrea, did you ever do my exercise, the Create Your Perfect Day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm pretty close to living it. We probably have 30 seconds left, but I'm going to just tell you my version of the perfect day, okay?
Nice.
I get up, I feel so rested because I don't use an alarm. We have 2 minutes. Okay, thanks, Michael. I take a few minutes and just pet on the dog and kiss him on the head.
Oh, I do that too.
Feed him and everything.
Oh, I
and
wake
then I
up with
go
the pup.
outside. I always have coffee. I do have the most beautiful surroundings where I live. I live across the street from a vineyard and an orchard and in the country. And I just enjoy the sunshine. And I try to do all my physical chores in the morning because I love to get out when I'm rested and I feel good. So I like to get out and go, yank 1,000 weeds because I have like an acre. And then I go inside, I go on my computer and I start working. And I do the work that I love to do. In the afternoons, I come down here, I do the show. I usually work on the show every day. I do something because it's time consuming. And in the evenings, I hang out with my friends and I can work as late as I want, knowing that when you have a business online, you can do whatever you want. So I like to work at night, and I always have my computer in bed. I have a laptop, and I'm always in bed working on it. And then I can sleep in, and the next day starts all over bliss, all over again every day.
Nice.
And I'm going to give my phone number too. We have 1 minute, so if you're listening out there and you are enthusiastic and you enjoy and you want to hear more, you can text me. I am going to have a Google Hangout tonight and share how I'm getting earning money, how I got started. And I also want to encourage you to go to the unstoppablefamily.com website. But my phone number is 559-675-8005. And if you want to text me, and I'll invite you to a Google Hangout, and I'll share with you the 2 main ways I do make money online. So, Brian, I just want to thank you again. Please give my love to Rhonda and tell her I hope she feels better. And I know you got your other kid, Jabril, out there with you right now too, huh?
Yeah, he's in Panama City, so we're 1 hour flight away.
Oh, okay. And please say hi to Hanalei. She's getting better, doing better videos all the time.
Nice.
The wisdom of the day from Hanalei,
Well, Jason, I gotta get one out tomorrow morning.
What is she, like 6 now?
She's turning 8 next month.
No way! Oh God, I can't believe it. It's amazing. They grow up so fast, Anyway, tell her she's a pal.
I gave my link for the perfect day on the Skype chat, so you got the link right there.
I'm sorry, you had to say that again. You're cutting out too much. Just say it slow.
I sent my link on the Skype chat for the Greek the perfect day video.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we'll pick it up. Michael can pick it up. Thank you so much, my sweet.
Got it.
Love to you and the family.
Namaste.
Alrighty.
Namaste. Cheers. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Nice talking with you.
Nice talking.
That's our show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We love you.
Hey, pretty mama with the red dress on, stiletto heels and the pink cell phone. Hey, pretty mama, if your time is free, have a cappuccino with me. Hey, pretty mama with the big blue eyes, you stare too long, you get hypnotized. Hey, pretty mama, if you can see, have a cappuccino with me. Walking on the boardwalk, holding hands with you, or lying on the beach on the cell tree.
CentralValleyTalk.com